Hey guys, Rochelle here with Amethyst Ascension. If you are new here, welcome, and if you are returning, thank you so much for joining me again. So today I am going to be making a New Year incense, like a great year incense. I wanted to start off here because this is where I started this process. As you can see, there are many holes in my apothecary because I have them over on my desk. So let me take you on over to my desk area where you can see I've got stuff all over the place. I've got to clean it up, but I'm starting to take some of my ingredients and put them in the little bowls to make it easier. So like that. Yeah. So one of the things that I wanted to talk about is, now I have a big, this is quite large, mortar and pestle. However, sometimes certain things can get hard, like if you're working with like woods, sometimes depending on if you get like a really hard cinnamon, like orange peels, like taking it from this to more of like a powdery, it is kind of hard to do it just with a mortar and pestle. You can, but oh my goodness, if you're like me and you have like arthritis in your hands and stuff, there is absolutely no shame in using like an herb chopper. So I just wanted to put that out there right before I begin. So let me just clean off my desk area really quick. Let me start grabbing some of my items because I've got like what I'm going to be putting it in. I've got my jars that I'm going to just put them into the bowls to make it easier when I actually do it and show you. And just in general, clean off my area a little bit so that I can work properly. Because this is a little bit chaotic. Way too chaotic for me. But I wanted to show you like the beginning processes of it. Okay, so I got everything into the small little bowls. By the way, I got these little bowls from Home Goods. And I think it was 4 in a pack for like $5.99 or $6.99. I love them so much. So, which I showed them like months and months ago in a haul that I did, a haul video. But anyways, another thing I want to show you just really quick. These are orange peels. So when I'm done eating oranges, just like bananas, many times I will save the peels as well as lemons and limes. And then I will chop them up like this while they're still, like fresh. And then I will put them on a paper plate and put them on usually like the top level of my prosperity altar and let them dry completely. So this is what they look like. I like to reuse the stuff, that I have for my magic. So I make it like that, cut them down small, and that way it's easier for them to dry. And afterwards, easier for me to store them until I use my herb grinder in order to grind it up much smaller, so that I can use it for incense because it's really good in incense. So I just wanted to share that. Now, some of the other things that I wanted to mention really quick are that some of the roses, not these, but some of the roses that I have are roses that I have had personally, and I dried them. Or you can buy like the teas and then, save them. I've got lots of roses. I like to use roses in everything. And this thyme I grew myself. This rosemary I grew myself. And this basil I grew myself, which is another reason why I wanted to add them beyond the magical properties. Other things that you're going to want maybe. I like using the tins, and I have made like a label because I'm making a great year loose incense. So then I can affix it right to the top. I use Mod Podge. I like putting it on the bottom like a paste and then using it over the top because then it puts like a clear coat on it. So if it gets wet, it's not a big deal. You can easily clean it off really quick and it doesn't, and it dries clear. So I like that, but it like coats it. It coats like the label. And then I made another label for the bottom with all of the ingredients that I'm going to be adding for this incense today. And the beautiful thing about incense is, if you like making oils also, or if you like making sachets, or if you like making even sprays, you can make sprays, you can, like different waters or alcohol base, like tinctures. Well, not really tinctures. They're like cleansing sprays or energy sprays. You can use it for that. You can use them for in your candles, in sachet bags, in oils. Once you've made your loose incense, you can use it in several different ways other than just burning it. So I wanted to mention that as well. So these I just made myself right from Canva. Simple, easy. And then I purchased like, I think 12 of these in a pack on Amazon. I like using tins because even when I was making like candles and stuff like that, I learned pretty early on that glass, it's easy to break, and you can't always depend on our, mail in order to deliver things undamaged. So I started going with the tins, and people really loved them, and I had less worry about breakage and shipping. So I started going with that, and these work for definitely for candles as well as the incense. So you could probably make big salves if you wanted to also, but I like using the smaller ones. So there's that. I had already mentioned about, the mortar and pestle or using the herb grinder. So this baby is so heavy. As I'm adding these, I want to talk about them a little bit. You have some bay leaves over here. And these I'm going to save to the last because I'm not going to write on them. But I am going to put some wishes on them. I don't want to write on them because if you're burning them, then you're also putting the ink and stuff like that into it. So I don't want to do that because I plan on breaking them down, right? And I don't want those toxins from the ink being burned. So to each their own. Maybe I'm just being a nitpicky, but it is what it is, right? So I'm going to have little wishes and little petitions that I put on for each one of these, and you can put whatever number you want, in your mixture. That's another thing. I don't measure these out either. You can, a level of importance, but one thing that you're going to realize, let me see if I can, there we go. One thing you're going to realize with what I am putting in today, a lot of these are just powerhouse herbs, powerhouses, so that a lot of them do the same kind of stuff, and that's why I'm using them. And I'm using eight herbs because 2024 is an 8-year universally. And I'm going to talk about the 8-year. But I'm not using Pythagorean numerology. I'm using Chaldean. So, and that's more based on vibration, which is really cool. I just learned that. So the first thing that I want to talk about is basil. Now, basil, I grew this myself, dried it myself, and I've done that for several years now. It's called the King of Herbs, or it is also known as the King of Herbs. It is, it can be used magically for protection, for love and fidelity, for wealth and luck, for purification, for divination, for exorcism, for healing, for enhanced intuition, for courage and good luck, for safe travel, for success and peace and mental clarity, and also for dream work, reconciliation. It can be used in joy and happiness, and to also help enhance spiritual growth. So that's what I mean. It is a friggin' powerhouse, right? So as I'm thinking about all of those things, where's my... Which I don't like getting these always down to like a fine powder. I like seeing like the loose bits as well. So I don't get like super nitpicky with getting, you know, for my loose incense. Loose incense is something that you burn, if you've never seen it before, with charcoal discs. You can buy charcoal disc packages, usually of 10, in a roll of them, and then you light them just like you would charcoal for a charcoal grill. They have little discs. You light them up. You wait till they get white, just like you would like you're grilling, and then you start putting your incense on it. Now, you can also put a little thing, a very thin thing of tin foil on the top of that and put your incense on that, so it burns a little bit slower and a little bit more, what's the word? Like more pure, right? Cleaner, purer, lasts longer. Because it's not really mixing so much with the, yeah, that's good. Wow. Gosh, and you know what? I love the smell of basil. It's just like one of those things that, especially when they're fresh. Oh, gosh. That smells divine. So, the next thing I wanted to talk about was thyme. So, here's the thyme, and I grew this as well. I've grown it for a couple of years now, and it is used also for purification, like providing defense against negative energy and influences. I'm just going to mix it right in there. And courage and strength, especially with it being an 8 universal year, which is associated also with the strength card or with the justice card, which both of those take courage and strength, right? I'm probably going to have to mix these into a bigger bowl. Let me go get that. Okay, I did end up grabbing a bigger bowl to put them in as it gets too high in here. So thyme also is great for use with sleep and your psychic powers. So thyme promotes sleep when you are tired and can help you to develop and refine your psychic intuition and powers. It can be used good in love and relationships. It can improve your capacity for love, manifestation. It can help you to manifest your desires, protect you from harm and attract good luck, fertility, beauty. Thyme can be used in spells and magical recipes for beauty. It can be used for happiness, to help bring joy and happiness and good health. So it's used commonly in healing spells, and it's good for fairy communication. It's said that the space between the leaves of this plant is the doorway to the fae. How cool is that? And prevention of nightmares. So if you're somebody that suffers from a lot of nightmares, something like this can also be beneficial. So sleep with this herb under your pillow to create a sleep eye pillow to ward away bad dreams. So that is thyme. So the next one I want to mention is rosemary. This is another one that I grew. I have my rosemary plant upstairs. You know what, let me whittle these down as I'm using them. And that's another one. I love the smell of rosemary. I love the smell of all these. But I'm really smelling the basil. Keep in mind, whatever you're using, I would say whatever smell you really love or properties you really love, use more of that. Make that like your major base, you know. But rosemary is another powerful, powerful herb. And it is known for also purification. So providing defense against negative energy and influences, which we all need. Another one for love and fidelity. Another one for sleep and psychic powers. Another one for manifestation and fertility and beauty and happiness and good health. So it's very similar to thyme. Now, you can see this is going to be really good for a base. And I like that those are the three that I also have grown and harvested myself and dried myself. That's important to me. Now, if you can't, you can't. If you can, you can. You know, if you can't, then just buy it. Let me put these into the big bowl really quick. There we go. Now the next one that I want to talk about is cinnamon. Whew. Oh, it smells so good. So cinnamon, it's a spice that's known for its warm and sweet aroma. And it is also associated heavily with protection. It is also believed to ward off like negative energies and provide spiritual protection. It's good for prosperity. Oh my goodness. This just smells amazing. Now this one, I might end up doing in my grinder. But it is known for also love and passion. Prosperity, did I say that? It is associated with abundance and wealth and love and passion because of that spiciness. It is actually considered an aphrodisiac and used to attract love. Think about that, though. It doesn't have to be just like sexual love. It can be love of thy neighbor, love of thyself, universal love. You know what I mean? It's just love. Spirituality. It is believed to enhance psychic abilities, aid in meditation and divination, and deepen spiritual connections. It's also known as an energy booster. So this warm and stimulating properties can be used to increase energy levels and motivation. It's also used in healing as well. Physical and spiritual healing. It can be used in divination. So cinnamon can enhance divination and raise spiritual vibrations. And for spell crafting, cinnamon can amplify the energy of other potions, oils, incense, or any preparation that has a magical objective. Yes, I took a lot of notes, guys. I am reading from notes. That's another thing that I love about cinnamon is that it also is an enhancer. You know, it boosts whatever else you've got working, which is excellent. So the next one we're going to talk about is rose. So Rose, I like to put in everything that I work. Everything. And I might even end up adding a little bit more. I think I'm going to. Okay, I added a bunch more. But I have a lot of rose. I've got it in a few different spots. So, rose is known for love and relationships, protection and purification, divination. It says dried rose petals can be utilized in divination practices, such as scrying or creating herbal spell bags. Psychic abilities. Roses are used to enhance female intuition. Healing. Roses are known for healing emotional wounds and promoting self-love and spiritual growth. They are also associated with encouraging spiritual growth and development. And the different colors of the roses can be used for different things. And this is just mainly what I have because it's like my favorite. But there's like whole databases that tell you the different, you know, associations with the different kinds of roses, which are just amazing. All right, so this is excellent. I'm going to put this over in here really quick to show you what it's looking like so far. Yes. Oh, and it smells absolutely divine. You know, it's messy, but isn't it beautiful? Working with herbs, dried herbs, it is just one of the most beautiful things ever. Putting your hands in that, it's so grounding and, oh, gosh, man. If you could smell this, oh, it is delicious. So let me move this back over here and bring this big Mama Jama back over. So the next thing that we're going to be discussing are the oranges. I eat a lot of oranges because they're really good for you. High in vitamin C. And this is not like I said, I'm not really like super big on just having just like powder for loose incense. I like being able to see the substance when I'm burning it. And not everybody likes the big smoke, but when I'm using incense, I want to see the big wafting smoke all over the place. And I like to like consecrate my tools in a lot of smoke and have a lot of smoke when I'm doing readings and stuff like that. So, which you're going to usually get with having, I think, bigger pieces and stuff. But oranges are known for cleansing. So oranges are often used in cleansing rituals, including space cleansing and negative energy removal. They are known for use in love. So they are used in love and attraction rituals and or oils or candles or sachet bags or incense. Prosperity. Oranges are associated with prosperity and creativity and solar rites. So around your like solar, you know, holidays, stuff like that. Meditation. They can aid in meditation. They are known for healing. You can make like poultices, and if I can even say that right, and protection. They are used in protection magic as well. And joy and happiness. You know, it's like sunshine. It's like looking at sunshine, and it just smells so good too. So, they have like a really uplifting energy, and they can help you like regenerate. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. So the next one I'm going to talk about is star anise. I love star anise. And some of this I'm probably going to have to grind down. You know what I mean? In the grinder. But you would be surprised how quickly it just grinds everything. It's fabulous. Gosh, I love the smell of star anise. Whew, it's like licorice. All same family, I believe. Kind of reminds me of allspice too. If you don't want to use star anise, you could probably also, very similar smell in the allspice. So star anise is known for psychic powers, yet again. Oh, listen to a crunch. And there's like seeds in there too. So it's known for psychic powers. So star anise can enhance psychic abilities and spiritual awareness. It helps to develop clairvoyance, intuition, and other psychic awareness. It is good for calming. So use an incense blend or essential oil containing this herb to help instill a sense of productive calm. Good luck. It says tuck this star-shaped seed pod into a green pouch or orange pouch. Visualize yourself being lucky and carry it in your purse or for good luck. Protection. Carry it in your bag or inside of a mojo bag or sachet to ward off the evil eye. Psychic awareness. Simply sniff the aroma of this herb to help awaken your psychic senses. Boy, I am telling you, the smells are just amazing. And then healing and success. Star anise can magically improve one's telepathic abilities, provide divine healing and protection, and boost the chances of success. So can you see why I have chosen all of these amazing herbs for a great year? We can use every little bit of help that we can muster up to put us in the right frame of mind, put us in the right frequency, get us on the right track for the coming year. And as I said before, making a base like this of incense, it can be used in other things like candles and oils and sachet bags. It can be put on with some oil and then roll your candle in it, or decorate your candle with that same incense, you know. The sky is the limit. I am loving how this looks too, and how it smells. So the last thing, besides, well, let's talk about the bay. Bay is another powerhouse. Bay is known for protection, so we're going to do one for protection. Bay is known for wish fulfillment, so I know what I want as far as wish fulfillment. I'm putting that in there. It's known for divination, so I'm going to put one in for helping me with my divination, because that is what I do a lot. And it's good for healing, so I'm going to put it in there for healing. And it's good for success and victory. It's also good for prosperity, purification, healing, enhancing your intuition, love and relationships, courage and strength and fertility. Fertility doesn't just mean fertility as in getting pregnant. It can also mean fertility in whatever it is that you're doing, like putting roots and actually having something grow from that. So fertility in your projects, fertility in your bank account, fertility in your ideas and opportunities, and all of the above, right? It's good for banishing. So banishing the things that are just no longer serving you. and it's good for spiritual growth. Bay leaves can enhance spiritual growth and dream magic. When burned, bay leaves can induce visions. Some witches place them under their pillows for prophetic dreams. So a lot of these things that I've put in here are good for protection. They're good for cleansing. They're good for love and abundance and prosperity and psychic development and spiritual growth. All the things that I want in my year, right? That I want always. And mental clarity. So bay is also known for enhancing mental clarity. So discernment in everything that we do, right? Let me get these out of the way. Let's crunch these up. And I might have to go grab my, for this particular bowl. Excuse me. All right, I'm not gonna make you have to watch that. So one of the things that I have purchased also is these little scoops. I have these, quite a bit of them over in my apothecary, as well as little spoons like so. I just want to get the big chunks out of there, which when in doubt, always use your fingers too. I like having the smell of all of it on my fingers, so it's not a big deal. Oh, that is just so good. All right, so let's see if I can, just because this thing is so heavy. A little trick with these though, and I'll show you in a minute, if I remember. If you ever need to clean, all right, that's good enough. I don't mind if it leaves residue. I never mind that. All right, hopefully this is not too loud. If it is, I'll just mute it. All right. You see how it gets nice and, yeah. So let's bring over the other bowl. Now, as you're mixing it with your hands also, oh my gosh, you can also be putting intention into it, right? While you were adding every ingredient, you can be adding intention. You can be making sigils, you know, like for prosperity Jupiter. It is so therapeutic doing this, I'm telling you. And the smells, if you try this recipe exactly like I'm doing, you will be amazed at the smells. Run them through your fingers. It just smells so good. And if you want to make it smaller, just use your grinder. But I like it like this. So I want to add one more item. Kind of like sealing it with a kiss. and I want to use a resin. I wanted to use 8 herbs and 1 resin to seal it. 8 herbs for it being a 8 energy year, universal energy year. But I wanted to seal it with dragon's blood because it can be used as a substitute for, you know, your own blood, of course. So for dragon's blood, it says that dragon's blood resin is renowned for its protective qualities, shielding practitioners from negativity and malevolent forces. It is used for warding off negative energy, shielding, and spiritual protection. So this could also be good for, think about it, for like boundaries, social media, right? And just negative, even your own negative thought patterns. Power and strength. The resin is believed to amplify the power of spells and rituals, intensifying their effects and aiding in manifestation. It is associated with enhancing personal power, inner strength, and vitality, and with it being a strength year also. Love and relationships. Dragon's blood resin can be used in spells to encourage someone who has left to return. It is also associated with attracting love, deepening connections, and fostering emotional healing. It's good for purification and cleansing. So dragon's blood resin is especially popular in cleansing and purifying rituals, as it can remove negative energy and promote positive vibes. It is used for clearing negative influences, energetic cleansing and purification, healing and regeneration. So dragon's blood resin supports physical, emotional, and energetic healing and processes. Courage. So dragon's blood resin can be burned during spells to increase courage and protect those going forth to meet danger. And money and luck. Dragon's blood oil is used to anoint candles for spells designed to draw money and luck. You can use the resin for the same thing. So let me get that out of the way. But let me put some dragon's blood in here. And dragon's blood smells so good. And it just really creates a real beautiful color. And resins are usually pretty easy to, you can see, make into a powder, like pretty easy. Beautiful, beautiful. I've always heard that dragon's blood, even though it didn't say it in there, is good for like sealing deals, so to speak. Like, so I'm sealing the deal of making this next year a great year for me, especially because it's a tower year for me coming up. My birthday's in January. So it's about to turn into a tower year for me. So I am using whatever is at my disposal in order to make it better. You know what I'm saying? So, let me put this in here. It's just beautiful. I love watching the process of this too and doing it. All right, now we'll swirl it. Now you can also, which I'm not providing for this, but I'll probably make a spell that I actually use as well for the first time that I use this. But, I mean, that's easy enough to do, to personalize it for yourself, you know, and what you want out of your year. Write a petition. I kind of already did that with the bay, but, and all the herbs really, but yeah, look at that. Okay. Man, this smells so amazing. All right, so there's one. Let's see if we can get another second one. I'm sure we can. So I've got one to burn as an incense and the other one to use in like candles. Maybe I'll do a video on making a oil, making some candles, like a 2024 candle. Look at that. It's gorgeous. I'm just going to put the rest right in there. And then let's burn some. So I open up my charcoal discs out of the packages and I put them in one of the jars from Dollar Tree. And I use tongs because it gets really hot. You'll see it start to spark. You can now just put it in because it will continue to, it'll continue to get hot and turn white. So let me get that out of the way. So I'll just use like a paintbrush. I made more than one. And put it right on the lid using the Mod Podge. And this is what it looks like. So when it's done, this will look like this. Now, I like putting my thing on the bottom with what the ingredients are, and I suggest making something that talks about what your ingredients are so that you don't forget. You can just Mod Podge it right on the bottom. But you can also put it on the side also. It looks really good like that as well. You can see how it's starting to turn white. I use just regular sand in the cauldron. So while we're waiting for that, I wanted to read to you what it says about the energy of 8. And Chaldean numerology is a little bit different than Pythagorean. So let's find 8, because we are coming into an 8 year. So the number 8, balance, matter versus spirit. We have now advanced even further along the path of the lone man family. Pursuant to the thought-intensive phase of the 7, information, lessons, and conclusions have accumulated and growth has occurred. Life experiences have rounded out their individual and collective worlds, and one of the realizations along the way becomes common to the entire family. That realization concerns the limits of our reality, for beyond it lies the unknown, the unseen, and death itself. Contemplation of these and other mysteries leads to a new understanding, a confusing one at times, but now they see that the material world upon which they have based their entire existence is only a fraction of the truth. They understand that there is more to this world than the eye can see. And as a result, their physical surroundings take on a unique new light. The material world and their place in it is now of as equal import as the spiritual world and their place in it. So this is where, like, the physical reality and now spiritual growth, there becomes a balance. Let's look at how that burns. Look at how that smokes. Oh, it smells really good too. So anyone walking around carrying the 8 energy has at their disposal a vast amount of incredible power, although it can materialize in differing forms. So I'm just going to cut to the chase. We have Strength card, or we have the Star card for that energy of the 8s. So traditional meanings for the 8s. The usual terms used to describe the average 8 include determined, tenacious, focused, intelligent, powerful, inventive, organized, successful, adaptable, generous, charming, and inspiring. A few negatives for the 8 are almost predictable, and they are controlling, unemotional, egomaniacal, judgmental, critical, condescending, secretive, materialistic, and sometimes abusive. So a life path for the life path 8, and maybe that's kind of similar to what we're looking at with a universal year of an 8. The same kind of like strengths and challenges. Oh, that's fabulous. The average 8 will be attracted to power, money, and success, and will often find themselves in positions of authority and influence. This number energy is willing to do the work required to achieve status and respect, focused on progress and responsibility. The 8 can experience success in various areas and generally is very self-confident and goal-oriented. So these are all the things that the 8 energy holds. So if this is something that you want to produce in your life, like success and more confidence in what you're doing, using the energy of the 8 can help you with that. Focused on progress and responsibility, the 8 can experience success in various areas and generally is very confident and goal-oriented. If the 8 learns its lessons regarding compassion and sharing, the sky is the limit in terms of power amassed and material gain accumulated. So even for like prosperity, if there's something that you've been saving for, like a new house or something like that, also, or a new car or whatever, you know, maybe you want to work on like your collection or, you know, your tarot collection, or maybe you want to work on your witchy room this year, or any number of goals. This is a great energy. 8 is a great energy as long as it is balanced also with spirituality. So challenge for the number 8. This powerful number is challenged to accept the existence of another realm that cannot be seen yet holds supreme power and control over life. Simply put, they must come to understand that they are not, after all, the ultimate boss. The 8 is challenged to develop compassion and to maintain humility so that it may come into perfect balance and thereby realize lasting success, both spiritually and materially. If the spiritual side of life is ignored, the 8 can find themselves in repetitive cycles that involve dramatic gains and losses. So when balanced, you will see not just temporary success, but long-lasting success in whatever it is that your goals are, if you have a good, healthy balance between your physical and spiritual life. So I hope you have enjoyed this, you guys. I am probably going to be doing a few more things with like herbs, and like I said in a previous video, that I am making a couple of different kinds of salves, and I was going to make some of my own Florida water, But I decided, because I really like Florida water, I just bought a couple of things of the Florida water and a couple of the bottles and just put it into a spray bottle, because sometimes, especially when you're sick, you don't feel like using smoke when you're congested and stuff. So having a Florida water in a spray bottle, I just bought a spray bottle, glass, so that I can use Florida water to spray all over, you know, my area and cleanse. Not only is it spiritually cleansing, but it is technically physically cleansing my area as well, like stuff that's airborne, you know, and my surfaces. So thank you guys for spending this time with me, and I hope you have liked this. Please leave me a comment down below. Do you also make incenses and candles and tinctures? And I want to work on more tinctures and all that stuff this year. So I hope you have enjoyed it, and I am sending you love always. Thank you.